Are you ready?
Thanks, Judy.
Ye hanila prem hatana koruna prachur.
Ye hanila prema dhana karuna prachur.
Hena prabhu kota
Kota Gela Acharya Thakur Ji ki jai.
Jai.
Narottam Das Thakur ki jai. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Gadadhar Pandit ki jai.
Jai.
Gaur Premanandi.
Namo.
Nam Sankirtan ki jai.
Jai. Jai Sripad Nyasi Maharaj ki jai.
Bhakti Lalita Devi Dasi ki jai. I'll read a little Prabhupada Jivanamrita first, is that okay?
Okay, but we also need to talk about Bhaktivinoda.
Oh, Bhaktivinoda.
Gadadhar.
Okay, we're going to read from
Say
Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay,
As you like, Maharaj, but it's a lot to cover today.
we'll say something about Bhaktivinoda, Didi.
Oh, you please, you're
I have no memory.
here.
Didi, no, I have no memory. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is, you know, such a great soul. The father of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the reviver of Krishna consciousness. From what we're told, Krishna consciousness had become practically taken over by Sahajiyas, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur had such, you know, transcendental vision that he alone practically was able to revive Krishna consciousness in India, and then and actually around the world. He sent his books around the world. He was a prolific writer, sleeping, I think I was told, 4 hours from 8 to 12, then rising, spending the whole late night, early morning, doing his chanting, writing his songs, writing his books, then going, serving as magistrate all day long during the, you know, the normal workday, coming home, being with his family, and then taking rest again, 8 hours, from 8 o'clock until 12 o'clock, then back to work. So constantly he was engaged in this, and his, you know, the works that he produced was, you know, just amazing. Did he?
Yeah. There's so much to honor and worship and to remember about Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and you know, he gave us Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj, Param Guru Maharaj, considered himself in the Bhaktivinoda Parivar.
All right.
In the group of Bhaktivinoda. He didn't change it to Saraswati Thakur's Parivar.
Wow.
So we are also in Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Parivar. We're in his group. Parivar means group. Spiritual group. And that beautiful composition Srila Sridhar Maharaj wrote.
Wow, yeah.
Bhaktivinoda Dadasakam, is it 10 verses?
Yeah. Well, we have it, right?
Yeah, we have it.
Yeah.
We can also read this evening. We have another chance to glorify Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And he's our heart and soul and giver of Krishna. And it was his vision that, and his prediction, that the whole world would chant and dance the name of Krishna. The intelligentsia of the world, those who have dharma buddhi, spiritual intelligence infused with fortune, sukriti, would come under the banner of Mahaprabhu and chant and dance. And this prediction was fulfilled by Saraswati Thakur's order and Srilasi Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada's sacrifice and service. So he's our great-great-grandfather. And it's mystical how he disappeared on the same day as Gadadhar Pandit. And we understand there's some relation, some parallel there with Srila Gadadhar Pandit.
The deity of Gadadhar, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Gaur Gadadhar was his deities. They were his personal deities in his ashram. Was it Madhyam Dweep?
Madhyadweep.
Madhyadweep.
Yeah.
He had his ashram and his house and worshipping Gaur Gadadhar. And it's also Gaur Gadadhar's disappearance, and we know him as one of the Panchatattva. Is it the internal potency? There's varieties of potencies, and coming with the Lord to distribute the Lord, Nam Sankirtan. And Srila Sridhar Maharaj said about Gadadhar Pandit that he's Radharani, but with his bhav and his kanti stolen by Krishna, by Mahaprabhu. So like some very special manifestation of Radharani plundered in separation and in the service of Krishna, assisting Mahaprabhu in his pastimes. And what a sweet personality. We heard from his childhood. He was so auspicious and was very well versed and associated with all the Navadvip Dhambasis and associating with Srivas Pandit and Advaita Acharya, and grew up near Nimai Pandit's house, but when Nimai Pandit was young, he was playing in the mood of an arrogant scholar. And everybody was enamored by Mahaprabhu's beauty. But they were all like, if he could just be a devotee of Krishna, then everything would be perfect. He is so beautiful, so learned, so auspicious, looks like the Lord himself, and everyone was attracted. But when Nimai Pandit was in his role of a scholar, he showed some kind of type of arrogant mood, came off that way purposefully. And Gadadhar Pandit would see Nimai, because Nimai would like to challenge him, stop him in the road and challenge him and debate with him and give Gadadhar Pandit a hard time. So Gadadhar Pandit, when he'd see Nimai Pandit in the road, he'd walk by trying to hide and not get caught by Nimai. But these are their pleasure pastimes, and how, like in the theater, the set is created and all the actors and actresses assemble, and the plot begins and thickens and comes to a point where the climax of the story happens. And that's not different in the Lord's Leela. And in Gaura Leela, they all celebrated when Nimai Pandit showed his devotional mood and became a devotee of Krishna, even though he was Krishna himself in the mood of Radharani. He started revealing that mood. And Gadadhar Pandit and Srivas Thakur and Dwaita, everyone was celebrating and beginning Nam Sankirtan together in Srivas Pandit's house. Yeah.
Did you know anything about, why or how it is that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur was particularly attracted to Gadadhar Pandit? I mean, I've always wondered that. Do you have any idea about that?
I only know that there's a clear parallel there. And sometimes we see, like in the Kavi Karnapur's, is it the book about the Parshadas of the associate?
Gaura Ganadesha
Dipika. Sometimes you see how some in Krishna Lila appear in Gaura Lila and are direct incarnations. Some can show a few varieties of parallels. So in some way, there's some spiritual connection between the two, Radhar Pandit and Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And we know in Krishna Lila, Bhaktivinoda is Kamala Manjari.
Wow.
And Gurudev would say, who would believe this little Manjari is in this Bhaktivinoda Thakur form with a big belly, drinking liters and liters of milk every day.
Big beard.
Big beard. Inside is a little Manjari. The Manjaris are the younger section. So, some mystical thing, some mystical parallel is all I can say.
It just occurred to me that, the missing, things missing from Gadadhara Pandit, in Bhaktivinoda perhaps, manifested in Saraswati Thakur.
Yeah.
The presentation, the outward appearance of the transcendental potency, something like that. It seems like that, right?
It's all beyond me, Maharaj, but we've been fortunate to hear a little bit and celebrate this occasion every year. And there are beautiful lectures by Srila Gurudev and Srila Sridhar Maharaj and sermons. I think there's a whole sermons of the Guardian of Devotion. There's a whole chapter about this day.
I should have read it.
Yeah, we can do that this evening. We can have our class this evening about Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Gadadhar Pandit.
Wow. Plus cleansing the Gundicha temple.
Yeah, today's Gundicha Marjan. So everyone all over the world can go to your local temple and clean it. And we do always a maha cleaning. Get out the power cleaners and scrub and wash everything in the mood of Mahaprabhu and in his pastimes in Gundicha.
We were told that cleaning the temple on Gundicha Marjana is like simultaneously cleaning the heart. It has that kind of potency. That if you participate in the actual scrubbing and polishing and those different things, like Mahaprabhu did, sweeping the dust, and by doing that the heart is cleared away with particular potency. So even people at home with an altar could clean the altar perfectly, and so many things like that. There's a chance to, like every one of these days, it's always a chance for us to kind of focus on the greatness of the souls that are celebrated that day, and also to really try to put ourselves into the consciousness of the particular function that's celebrated on that day. So the cleansing of the Gundicha temple, Mahaprabhu was so engaged and active, and of course behind everything in Mahaprabhu's Leela is the transcendental devotion spreading through the potency of Mahaprabhu. So even in Gundicha Marjana, it was Srila Prabhupada really emphasized that. We used to really clean the temple super well on those days, and everyone meditated that by this cleansing, my heart is being cleaned, and I'm coming closer to the full and pure service to my Gurudev. So this is a good, it's a good day for focusing and meditating, and the Lord is so kind that through His manifestation and through His servants, He gives us a chance to do like this, to be engaged, practically with our, particular consciousness, where we're at, the physical senses, everything directly in His service. Of course, that's always there, but particularly today it has special potency for that. So, should we read something from Chaitanya Charitamrita? Okay. So, chapter 12, Madhya Lila, the cleansing of the Gundicha temple. In his Amrita Pravaha Bhasya, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur summarizes this chapter as follows. The king of Orissa, Maharaj Prataparudra, tried his best to see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srila Nityananda Prabhu and other devotees informed the Lord about the king's desire, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would not agree to see him. At that time, Sri Nityananda Prabhu devised a plan, and he sent a piece of the Lord's outward garment to the king. The next day, when Ramananda Rai again entreated Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to see the king, the Lord, denying the request, asked Ramananda Rai to bring the king's son before him. The prince visited the Lord dressed like a Vaishnava, and thus awakened remembrance of Krishna. Thus Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered the son of Maharaj Prataparudra. After this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu washed the Gundicha temple before Rath Yatra took place. He then took his bath at Indradyumna lake and partook of prasadam in the garden nearby, while Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu washed the temple, and that one could not